Welcome back, people, to breaking down Dying Light 2's A Human official gameplay trailer. Hopefully this time walking. Last time was completely and utterly embarrassing, but let's get to the content. We have the good old lighting from the ESRB. Then we have that.
Hey everyone, we've been quiet for some time, since
This
like
is
the
talking
rest
about
of the world,
Corona.
too.
And going to the first thing we have seen in this trailer, we see you using a zombie. We also see the biomarker, as they call it. You grabbing the zombie, using it as a cushion to help against fall damage. And I am re-recording this, hopefully
The
this
last
time with the
slice
video
of
sync.
Dying Light 2 showcased
As you saw there, let's see, go back over it, or
the last slice of
we see
Dying
that city,
Light
we see the paraglider there.
2 showcased
We
the
see
mission
a
from the main
pivoting
storyline.
object. We see some more stuff in the old trailer in general.
You saw how your decisions
You
influenced
see
the
how
narrative and notably
more things
changed
are
the
served to
environment.
do UV besides literally one zombie. Well, two.
This time, we want to give you a broader look at the game and a sneak peek at some of the things we'll be talking about in upcoming months.
Here we see more of the paraglider. So effectively, the
In Dying Light 2, you become Aiden Caldwell, an outsider trying to unravel a tangled mystery from his past. Its trail leads him to the city, probably the last bastion of man.
Okay, we have a tank over here. We see a good few of the similar models, but as I know, there's at least around 10 models for the Vitals, at least. But we see a tank over here in the back. We also see something that will become very, well, apparent later on, but we see what is a type of APC, or some type of transport, and military outpost. We see a quarantine zone here. As you can see, those pretty good looking zombie models. I don't mean good in how healthy they look, I meant like good as in, yeah, they're very good quality. As we can see here, Dodgers are still around. The zombies will still try to hit. Yes, you can, but it looks like they're fast. We'll see her later on, I'm pretty sure.
By the way, I'm Hagon.
You were a night runner. You used to help people, remember?
For anybody who doesn't know yet, the Night Runners were basically spec ops, well, formal spec ops,
Runners are gone. Finished.
who wanted to help the people.
And although it's not entirely clear you can trust
This seems to be some form of medical, hospital, or otherwise something involving medicine, as you can see from these medical bunts to the right here. It also seems a little bit odd with the ventilation, kinda makes me think of certain hospitals during Corona. Here we have a volatile. You can kinda see it may be missing its kinda like mandible ribs, but it's not missing the mandibles around its mouth. As you can see there. Oh, I paused it a bit too late.
and these gauges. It's been 15 years since the apocalypse, and
Say away. Let's see. This seems to be occupied by either bandits or people,
the world has
judging by a few things, such as this bridge.
changed. The old civilization has
Pretty
fallen.
colorless and bleak, going to vibrant.
Built on its ashes.
Windmills. Let's see. More settlements and some of the apartments.
Fight death
Seems like the humans have more durability than the Boyle, but they deal less damage.
desperately for scarce resources. The rules are broken, and weakness.
Seems like we have capital punishment here from the Peacekeepers.
Three factions struggle for position in the city. Survivors pride themselves on being able to adapt to any circumstances.
See, we got some cabbage, tomatoes
Cobble
there,
together safe zones almost everywhere.
some corn.
Peacekeepers,
The Peacekeepers are at some type of bivouacs, either crane or airport terminal,
loyal soldiers who want to impose their version of law and
possibly a big prison.
order and trample all in their
As we can see here, we have 3 guys. Well, 4 guys. I bet. We have this guy here on the right, who's just barely in any armor. Then we have this guy here, who looks more like a heavy of sorts, because as you can tell, he has a helmet, he has all this armor from head to toe. He's just missing it on his thighs and his sides, along with his face. Then we go into kind of more like a medium-ish
Their path.
armor. We can see they're using
Renegades,
some makeshift
ex-prisoners
weapons.
serving their ruthless colonel, seeking
The colonel's probably that guy from the Force bit. Sorry about if this is going a bit too fast, people. It's just, well, last time the video broke and, well, I don't know how else to describe it, but I will go back through this.
to become sole
Cav's glaive, big old metal helmet, wire mesh. This
rulers of the city.
Where is
so the colonel has to be the colonel from the last one. This looks nasty.
Or harm them to reshape the city to your liking. Just remember, each faction contains complex characters.
Nosy Parker, ain't ya? Got some kind of bad habit of yours?
So, will you follow cold calculation or your heart?
Knuckle duster knife was on
Those
whole.
aren't good people.
Yeah,
Or
this is knuckle duster knife, so they do still seem to have some crafting skills.
your heart?
The bazaar needs good people. Help us.
Our
and we'll find
waddle,
our
food
own
and
here.
veggies,
Some in the
little
city
sand.
offer no
And this guy, he is a big boy. You can tell this guy was basically made to be anti-zombie because they're quite biting his shoulders. They're going to dig down to either tile level or they're going to dig down into the spikes.
chance for an alliance. Bandits.
Staying down to avoid being killed.
Live only to plunder and kill, plunging the
This guy looks like he's that one from the water coil, the first one, where you have to restore water to a city,
streets into chaos.
and you have the choice between Peacekeepers and just selling it. Headbutts are heal.
Yet, nightfall scares all of them equally.
Looks like that big mallet thing. I'm not entirely sure what you call it. Hammer? Okay, here comes my favorite part of the Clay
Darkness
War.
changes the rules of the world. As the light fails, monsters crawl out of hiding to prey on the poor souls
Okay, those seem to be more vitals or zombies down there.
caught outside
Back
the
there,
safety
that will feed
the
you on that
poor
body.
souls caught outside the safety of UV rays. Hordes
Here we have a update on the hazmat suit. So, I assume they'll have the same weakness. You hit the tank, they go flying and explode.
of infected pour into the streets like decaying lava.
We have here something that reminds me of the Screamer, which I'll explain a bit more later on.
The deadly spawn of 15 years of
Not sure what this thing is. And here seems to be an update on the Goon from Dying Light 1. The reason I say this is it seems like he has, well, he's still holding a hammer of some kind, but it looks like it's been his arm has grown into it. Or he impaled it. And it kind of makes me think of the Charger, with how he has this one kind of little arm, then this massive one. Here we have something that makes me think of the Witch from Left 4 Dead 2 with these claws. Also, this yellow glow seems to be a warning sign. We have some type of like spore maker, maybe spore maker, something else, I'm not sure. And we have the Screamer, which I assume when it screams is going to be calling infected all around for you. Now going to what I was saying before, because I'm going to start peel for a bit. More or less, with Dying Light 1. The game before it was Dead Island Riptide. Dead Island Riptide had something called the Screamer, which could do a lot of things. You also had in Dying Light 1 the Screamer, which, as you all know, called virals in every zombie in my your location. So I feel like these are the natural evolution of those. And they seem to be based on the volatile.
Your only escape? Exploit the city's verticality and
Here we see some zombies.
though even there.
And here we have the virals. They have definitely changed up the virals.
And deadly
as you can see, these virals, they're definitely more muscular than they were before. And they're definitely not like the flesh-infected people now. But they're also now vulnerable to UV, as we'll see in a bit. As you can see here, they're glowing like volatiles when it came to the UV light. So this says that they're kind of like a middle step between the volatile and such.
Or even greater threat.
And here we get the granddaddy, the volatile, with his mandibles while he spits out blood for some reason. And these guys seem to have their back mandible waves, but I'm not sure about their front ones. And I'm calling them
Yet
mandible
night
waves.
brings opportunity as well.
We have quarantine zone, some basic
Nests rife
vitals.
with infected during the day now lie empty.
There seems to be a crane tunnel,
To explore them, you must tread carefully.
some type of car garage, and an underground lab. My question is what these two are. Because this one's glowing green, like emerald green. We have this golden one here. I can also see a breakable thing over here, judging by the color pattern.
But those brave enough to face the terrors of the night can loot a jack.
And now we have the granddaddy. We have the GRE, because we can see this symbol over here on the wall. We can also see this over here. I'm going to make a bet now. This syringe here is either XP boost, power boost, and possibly gives you a new ability. As we can tell, these had to be kept in some type of lock and key, because if you look, this requires 2 hand interactions and it says battery is low. That implies something was in there keeping it cool, or something, but effectively keeping it safe. So that tells me this has to be somehow important, because, you know, 2 decades worth, and this thing is still running. They had to put some serious move onto it, and it's on the GRE for a bonus, which were weaponizing the virus or such last time. And they went with the Q as a couple, but no.
Luckily, you have all the
Or
tools
fake
you need
save,
to
depending on
survive.
when you are in the game. Here we see some wall running, with some tic-tac mixed in. Now I'm calling it tic-tac because that's what it reminds me of. But it's nice to see actual wall running.
Parkour skills allow you
can
to
see another
navigate
pivot.
even the most treacherous terrain.
Let's see. There's the wall. There's the jump pad. Safety pad, I guess you can see them doing some movement. And you can go through here, where I was expecting the slide.
You can count on your parkour acrobatics to save
Now
your
we
life.
have the glop kick.
But often, you'll have to face your enemies head on.
And here goes
then
one of
you
my
have to be
favorites.
smart.
Now you have a takedown, similar to the ones in Far Cry. This conforms the bow returns for the boil. And here's another Far Cry-esque takedown.
Worked hard on the essence of our combat, making sure
Here's the
swing-
Demolisher 2.0, as I'm going to call it.
meaty weapon is fun, satisfying.
As you can see, this guy keeps the dribble silhouette of the Demolisher.
Making sure swinging a big
And he
meaty
has a
weapon
similar
is fun,
attack.
satisfying.
So this will probably be like an upgraded Demolisher.
And well
Compared to the
executed.
first game, well, not upgraded, but
But
you
even
know.
the most brutal
seems like the humans do not block literally every melee attack and such now, if they're not actively
can
attacking.
be tactical as well.
You can see you can push them away when they go for the headbutt.
Skill-
Okay, this is going to go fast. I'm going to reduce the playback speed so I have more time to talk.
Fun,
As you can see, here's the Marshal. It looks like he lost his armor, but something tells me he might be tougher and more dangerous.
and well executed.
Seems like they kept the decapitation and such. Here we see a human.
But even the most
And it seems like they are not going to be able to block literally everything we shove at them.
you have multiple
You can see the
ways
Grapple Hook being given a more offensive role than the first game, where all you could do is like do a little sack or hit.
to hone your skills toward the gameplay style.
Here we
that
see a glop
suits
kick with
you
a little
best.
enhanced jump by the looks, and a dead iron stomp. Let's see what else.
It's up
Excuse me.
to you
Excuse me.
Focus.
Okay, here we have some Knuckle Duck stores made out of bike chain. Go ahead, go back here.
To hone your
This way.
skills toward the gameplay style that suits you best.
We have the Dead Iron Stomp. Some type of like roundhouse kick.
It's up to you if you focus mostly on mobility and
We see you can
parkour,
do like the vault from the first game, and this guy goes into a guap kick
or aggressive
to deal with
blunt
that
force
bow-wielding bandit.
combat, or a crafty approach with a tool
We saw some type of combat takedown there. Punch him in the face, hit him in the gut, and then
get the job done.
more spoilers that down with a kick.
Approach with a tool
You see a javelin here,
get
and in between the legs. Ow! And he falls off the building. So if he survives, he's not going to be having a good day at all.
the job done.
We see some more
Every
bandits.
ability you learn can
We
be a
see some
game
throwing
changer and
weapons, such as the Molotov there.
done. Every ability
You can see like some type of kunai or knife being thrown at him.
learn can be a game changer and
See a
possibly
Molotov
new
cock there
favorite
though.
move.
We see that shotgun they were talking about, which is supposed to be like a consumable one of sorts. Very powerful, but very little use.
Things move fast and quick.
You see
in Dying
some
Light
type of
2.
like
Each moment
winch.
matters. Each move could mean triumph.
You see a
or
crossbow here. So crossbows are probably in the game.
defeat. Choose your actions and friends carefully. Everything you do in the city can reshape the game.
Some type of explosion, remote detonate. And my favorite part, bonk. Showing off the new goon, as I'm going to call it. As we can see, it definitely does grow into his arm. So it looks like the goon is definitely getting bigger in battle.
But
We
most
can also
importantly,
see a propane tank
residents.
in the corner here, so that forms their returning. We can see one here and here. Bit of an
But
odd
most
choice of
importantly, you decide
having
your
both
own
two of them
as well.
too that close, but I assume it
Make
means you could
sure
basically throw a
to
web at it
stay
and swing.
human.
Let's see. And we have the release date of December 7th. Now, I did say I would go back for here a bit.
Survivors who help people in better days.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the subtitles. But it should be better than the last video by any regard, just because we're actually going to see some of this stuff.
Hey, gun.
You were a
As we can
night
see
runner.
here,
You
we have like UV lights
used to help
more
people,
often.
remember?
Night runners.
You can see like a picture.
Runner. You used to help people.
We can see a picture here, and it looks like this guy on the right, in the picture frame, is this guy on the left. And if I had to make a bet, the guy to his side is, well, Hakon.
Remember?
Night runners are gone. Finished.
We can see those, some, well, landing cushions, I guess you'd call it.
And although it's not entirely clear,
Possibly some type of zombies that require some silence. You can see like some kind of mode, bioluminescence mode
here you
glowing.
can trust them. You need allies in the dark.
You get the volatile again.
15 years since the apocalypse, people fight desperately for scare.
Let's see.
Almost
We can see
every-
like very finely made, like, you can see a proper tool that can get to it.
Survivors pride themselves on being able to adapt to any circumstances and cobble together safe.
Yeah, here we go. We see some proper tools. This guy has a proper grinder, like it doesn't look like it's been repaired and cobbled together. It looks literally proper. And this seal here looks very fresh and professionally made. So my question is, where are they going? Like, are some of these guys very good at making like professional level gear? In which case, why don't we have more guns? That's a question.
Zones almost everywhere. Peacekeepers,
We see the Peacekeepers here again.
loyal soldiers who want to
Some type of air
impose the
tunnel. We can see that seems to be a very large prison, maybe. Because, well,
their version
if you
of
look
law and
around, there's
order.
so many of those like prison-style bars. But I guess it could be like safety reasons from before. Here we can see some makeshift weapons,
Trample all in their path.
like foot, and this one seems to be killing it kind of like a minigun almost. No, wait. My bad. She's carrying it kinda just in auto fashion, but somebody tells me these guys will just wipe the floor with any Beetle they come across with.
Renegades, ex-prisoners serving their ruthless colonel, seeking to
But
become
now,
sole rulers. Each faction contains...
but now, that's it for now. But before I go and say my normal goodbyes, sorry people about the last video being so, well, the last two videos being awful. The videos, I did not expect the visual to break when I go full swing. And I'm clearly sorry on that. It's embarrassing for me, it's embarrassing for you guys, it's a waste of your time when that stuff happens. But if you want to see the original dialogue, I'll link it in the description below. But again, I'm sorry. But anyway, back to the point. Good night, good luck, stay human, and I'll catch you next time. And I hope you have a little bit of a better day. But anyway, I'll see you later.